Hey guys, Chuck House of Mopar, welcome back. I'm back. Been gone for a couple weeks here, whatever it was. My buddy John's got a 66 Charger. You saw it. We went on to Nationals. He blew his power steering pump twice, and yeah. So anyway, that's all been fixed. He's got a new setup in there from Firmfield. Really sweet. It's like a modern car, I guess, and came with a modern car price. But you know, buy once, cry once. So anyway, he wants to put an overdrive transmission in that Charger. They already did his son's Duster last year, 2 years ago. Been working well. So the transmission they're gonna get, came out of a truck just like my shop truck, except it was a 4-wheel drive. So his brother Jeff, the professor, he got they got a tail shaft from a 2-wheel drive and put that on. Rebuilt the trans. We'll look at that in a minute. He's gonna adapt a small block transmission to a big block Chrysler. So there's adapters for sale. COVID meant that it wasn't going to be, he wasn't going to get any adapters for, you know, like ever, you know, the first of the year, something like that. So he went ahead and made one. He's a machinist. We'll look at that. Run into trouble. The starter location, let me remember. On a big block, it's higher up, and then on a small block, it's lower down. So they have header fitment trouble. Banged on them, heated them, got a little of that done, and yeah, we'll go from there, see what he's got going on to get that thing slammed in there, hopefully ready. We're 2 weeks out, roughly, a little less than 2 weeks from going to the thing in Bowling Green, the Holly Mo party. So anyway, yeah, enough of me talking. Let's go see what he's got going on. Is this Mopar heaven?
If it ain't, it's the next closest thing.
So I know you're putting an overdrive in, but it's I call them an A518. It's a 518.
Yeah,
all right.
46RH, same thing.
46RH. So you're doing that, and you've already done one to this, right?
Yep.
That's your son's car. So this is kind of a pain, or not too bad?
It's a lot easier on the small block versus the big block, because on the small block they bolt right up to the train, you know, to the engine already. Whereas on the big block, you got to make an adapter, or else buy the JW Performance bell housing.
Oh, sure, right.
And I actually ordered a JW bell housing back in April, and they told me it won't be here till probably the first of the year.
Oh hell.
So at that point, I thought, well, I went online. I got the two bolt patterns for the back of the motors, the small block and the big block.
Right.
I made this plate, made this spacer for the flywheel.
Now, why do you need this? Oh, because of the plate.
The torque converter's got to come out with it, so the starter comes in, you know, in the right spot.
So now you're a machinist, so this is easy for you.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Can you buy those?
You can buy this whole kit from a place online.
Yeah.
It's about $700.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive. Whereas the JW bell housing is
looking at it,
like $500.
Yeah.
But
you were talking about a spacer. I didn't know why you needed one, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I forgot that you're going from a small block tranny to a big block.
Yeah, because they never put that overdrive behind a big block.
Yeah.
So then you got to cut this ear off. There was an ear here.
Okay, sure.
So here's what you're cutting off there. Basically.
That's your starter too, wasn't it?
Yeah, because your starter on the small block is lower than it is on the big block. The big block sits up here, obviously, and the small block sits down here.
Sure.
So yeah, you gotta cut that out, and then this is the transmission, or the center member there. This was actually the last hole. I guess it went like this ish. But so you got to put a new hole over here because that transmission is wider on this side.
Okay.
Look at the bell housing. Or the
tail
overdrive.
shaft.
Overdrive. Just
oh yeah.
You can see how much wider it is here.
It's pretty much. Oh jeez. Pretty much just stiffening too, isn't it?
But yeah, so that'll sit in there.
Yeah.
You got to put an extension or get a longer speedometer cable. I got a 20-inch extension online for $30.
So it just bolts right together, right into the end of your old one?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. Huh.
eBay. But yeah, you can see how, you know, it's a lot wider on this side than it is over here. So you got to kind of make your member accordingly.
So this guy right here, is that part of a kit, all of this, or did you have to cut all that out?
I made all
it
that
together? You did, yeah.
You can buy something that gets you close from Holly, but it won't be for a 46 RH. It'll be for that new nag transmission, or whatever that new one is they put behind the engine, nag and something else. I forget the number.
Now you just took a piece of flat stock and bent it. What'd you do? Heat it up and get it over there?
Yeah. We can check this out.
How bad was that to bend?
I just took a torch and kind of started going at it, and you know, it took, I don't know, I got probably an hour in it doing that.
Yeah.
Welded in and grind the welds back down so this fits over it. Welded it on the bottom and on the sides.
Yeah.
And then, you know, this thing here.
That's a pretty clean looking build there.
I mean, I think it's going to do the job.
What is that? How thick is this?
That's 093, same as what the factory one was.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another thing. The factory one had a big crack in it.
That you found?
Yeah.
Great. Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. And the little one on the other side.
Good thing you decided to do it now, huh?
Yeah. I noticed that as I was cutting this one off, I was like, holy crap, that's not good. So yeah.
Your trans came out of that four-wheel drive truck, and Jeff put a tail shaft from a.
Yep, I bought a two-wheel drive tail shaft that you pick apart and pick and pull, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And no, you know, everybody, a lot of people online say, oh yeah, you got to cut your floor pan. You don't have to. We didn't have to on Jay's, and we didn't have to on this one.
Oh. Yeah, I know. They do say that.
Yeah, you just gotta
Ding it out
massage this one area. I just used a air hammer and just kind of
Just a little bit.
worked it on out, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it took.
And then your shifter should fit in. Everything's.
No, I have to convert to a cable for this one.
Oh, all right.
Because this comes right down on top of that transmission.
Oh.
So I'll have to put I got a B&M cable shift. And then this is there's a shift cable, there's the
Brackets.
the
Oh yeah,
brackets.
right.
Yep.
Mini
Yep.
starter.
And I'll probably go ahead and switch to a kick down cable as well. I got that. Just because I don't know if that factory linkage will bolt into this.
You do it. And here it is right here, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got my switches yet to do. Here's kick down. So here's all the switches. And we can look at Jay's, you can see how these things are in there, but this is just a pressure switch. So you use two of them, one for your overdrive, one for your lockup.
Okay.
So, and you wire them so that once the power goes to the overdrive, it has a pressure of say 45, and then at 50 you go ahead and kick the other switch in. That's your lockup then. I'm actually going to do mine a little differently. I got a time delay on mine, and I'm going to bring it in. It's adjustable anywhere from 1 second to 400 seconds
Really?
or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and put like 5 seconds in it. That way I can. It's a little more adjustable that way.
This is that your kick down then?
That's the kick down cable.
Right.
But I'm talking for the lockup.
No, I know.
Yeah. And then
what torque converter do you use? Something weird for that too?
No, just the lockup
Just
one.
a normal one?
But
Okay.
This is actually a heavy duty RV converter I put in there when we overhauled this transmission at 200,000 when it was still in the truck. And then now it's got about 300,000 on it. We're going through it again. But
see.
this is a heavy duty RV converter, and I'm going to leave it.
What's the difference in that and the truck one? Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The guy I bought it, you know, the transmission shop I bought it from, you can see it had RV on it right there.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember even how much it was. That's probably been 10 years ago or more.
Yeah.
But it's been good. I've done a ton of towing with that truck. You know, I had campers. That truck towed 3 different campers I own.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see if you want to see those.
Yeah, let's see the
on Jay's.
switches. Sure.
I mounted his up high, and I don't know if I'm going to do it on mine yet, but they're over here. So you got a vacuum switch here, and then you got those two pressure switches here. The vacuum switch, so when you go to kick down on it, you know, once it drops to 4 psi of vacuum, or 4 pounds of vacuum, that kicks it out and automatically disengages or cuts power to these. So then you go back down into third gear.
I see.
Well, it works pretty slick. It drives nice.
I'll be damned.
It needs to be tidied up yet, but we've done that one over a year ago now, and he's had no problems with it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Now he's bringing this to the Mopar, eh?
Yeah. Yep.
See the look. Then you put some switches in the dash for the
Yep.
OD switches. And where'd you find those? Just another Amazon purchase?
No, that's actually a place called, I think it was billetswitches.com. I got kind of the same thing as mine, but it's a little different.
Got some gauges in this beast. Damn. Strictly race.
They can give this a quick plug.
You like them? Yeah.
So they light up. That one says lock up on it. See it down there? And it lights up red. This one will light up green, and it says, you can kind of see it down here. It says overdrive.
Okay.
Overdrive there. Yeah. Billet buttons. Yeah, they aren't cheap. It's about $50, $47 worth of switches, but
they're nice.
they're nice. They're
piece.
nice. Yeah, and you can do normally open or normally closed with them. So yeah, they're nice. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. I've been waiting to do this about a year already. Wanted to do it before we went to Ohio.
Yeah. What do you think she's gonna drop RPM wise?
It's a 0.69 ratio. It should be about 900 RPM drop. So yeah,
That'll be nice.
you're going from 3,200 down to 2,300. That's huge.
Yeah, engine will like that. Oop.
Yeah.
Slamming her together, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's the professor. What are we gonna get for him, John?
A lab coat.
A lab coat. John's his brother over here. I want a lab coat too.
You want one?
Yeah.
Yours can say
I'm not
Chucky.
that. I'm not that good. Chucky go bucky.
Yeah, there you go.
Farm show.
This is what I use to do. I
Farm truck.
fix all my stuff.
Yeah.
Is that what you said, farm truck?
Yeah,
Farm truck.
Farm truck.
Like farm truck?
Yeah.
That's what he had in his last video.
I met those guys.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What were they like?
Cool.
Are
Really?
they?
Yes.
That
They
the
were-
Asian and the...
Asian. He's the one who started chatting. How bad are these things to put together, Jeff?
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake, yeah.
They're pretty simple.
Where's his old clutches over there? Oh, in the garbage.
They were a little burnt
yeah,
up.
look at that.
He said he got it hot. Pulling the camper one time, backing into position. I guess he had it going up a hill.
Right.
And then he said the hot temp light came on.
Oh, really?
This is the rear clutch. This one's on all the time, but it definitely got hot. A little bit warm anyway. We weren't going to do anything with it. And then he told me a couple of things. Like, Then he said he got to take the header off to get it out. I was like, we better go through it.
You're never going to want to do that again. Now, you won't have to use this one, will you?
Actually, that's the one we're going to use.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
So
he had
you
to
do
put
have
it-
to use the one on
Well,
there.
just because big block, small block. The bolt circle's different, I guess.
Oh, I
big
suppose.
block, bigger.
Yeah.
But it bolts up to the crank the same.
Sure.
It's in there.
Camera on now.
You see it? Hopefully there's two. Oh.
Yeah, they're in there.
Need your rubber mallet. Give me rubber?
Yep. You want a rubber or a dead blow?
Your dad's a little. Yeah. Trap this shit.
On the shaft?
Yeah, it shouldn't take much. That's good.
Boom. That's what you're gonna be able to use. Should go right in.
Should.
Cool.
Yep. Put new U-joints on her.
Yeah.
Let her go. Oh.
How we coming, Doctor?
We're good. Put this plate on there, and the pan needs to be cleaned up. I shouldn't put that in there, should I? Nope. That was real bad. Now you just wasted 2 quarts of fluid.
How much is that? $30? That stuff's not cheap anymore.
It was, I bought those 2 yesterday. All right.
Feed the dog. Hey.
He's in the bathroom.
Oh, nothing. I put some stickers in your console.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I carry them everywhere I go. I hand
So I
them
have
out.
a truck. Did you put them in the glove?
No, this was during
That was.
our little mini power tour when we went to. Nothing but the best for the charger there, John.
Yeah, I mean, it's par for the course.
Bale wires next.
Yeah. Or maybe a piece of twine string.
Yeah, you don't waste the good stuff.
There we go. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Oh, you're in the ballpark. Got it? I can't start it though. Hang on. Give me another punch. Here, give me the nut or the bolt. You push that.
Put these 2 in there.
And then, right over there.
Yeah, the jack is corner now. Yeah, if we can get that from there. Should we wrap it a little bit to make it stretch a little?
Right here's where it's tied up.
So what if we try to pry that over?
That'd be good here.
All right.
Real good down here. Fuck yeah.
We won't know until you tighten it down. But I think it's going to be like that. Because remember, it was tight on the torsion bar.
Yeah, it was.
So if that ends up being the case, then it'll be golden, I think.
Can we tighten one down?
You can if you want. I can tighten
Nah, we're gonna fun.
What time is
I like
it?
your thinking.
Is it 10?
Fucking midnight.
Several days later.
Okay, back at John's. So John, tell me. So you've got one pressure switch that takes you into
Overdrive.
overdrive.
Yep.
Oop,
Which-
I'm not showing. Okay.
And then in this box is a timer that once this has power, this waits 5 seconds, 4 seconds. You can put it whatever you want. I think I got it set about 3.5 to 4 seconds now. And then that will bring your lockup.
Locks up your torque converter.
Yep. Lockup
Cool.
in. And so far I like it. It's
So-
on Jay's on his Duster there when we did it, we used the 2 pressure switches.
switches, yeah.
And it's okay, but I like this setup a lot better. Jay actually wants to switch
I
his over
agree,
to that as
yeah.
well.
So the troubles you had, the starter fits now. We had that on the video before. Now you are going to do it, you said a JW bell, so that will raise your starter up higher.
Correct. Yeah, this whenever they come in, they're back ordered till the 1st of the year now. So when it comes in, I'll take this back out. I'll cut this bell off. The JW bell will built to that front pump on the transmission. Everything will shift forward. That 3/8 of an inch that I had in there for that spacer, you know, the adapter plate, and things will be a little bit more happy back here as far as fitting up. But
now you needed a new mount here. You got a poly mount in now.
Yep.
Out of a Chevy.
yeah, that's
Okay, so that's fine. But your engine mounts are sagging.
yeah, and they're you know, they're Rock Auto. I'm sure Chinese. They're like $6. I got the better ones instead of the $3 ones. But yeah, they lasted about a week and a half, and they're already sagged out to where my tie rod is hitting on oil.
Now, do you
pans.
think that's because they're just junk foot, or because the heavier trans?
I don't know. That transmission, I think it's like 60 pounds heavier, but
Yeah.
I can't see that making that big of a difference to wear them out in that short of a time.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I got new ones coming today, so
Ah.
we'll try a different brand, and hopefully that'll fix it. But
Cool. So the number. So now you've got it. Oh yeah. And then you had to change the front yoke
yeah,
on here. It used to be just a straight one, but the splines and the yoke didn't go completely to the end.
yeah.
So
The 518 splines go all the way to the end of the yoke, where the 727s start like about an inch, inch and a half inside of it.
Right.
And so we just got a little more engagement with that one. It did make a difference. It took a little vibration out when we put it in.
So you got a little vibration. You got 391 in here now.
Correct. Yeah, with the 323s in it, it was really smooth, 65, 70. It was pretty good. And I thought, okay, well, let's try the 391s. And we put the 391s in, and now at 70, it lets you know that
So what
something's...
kind of RPM? What were we doing? 80 miles an hour, and what RPM with the 320?
With the 323s, 80 was about 2,100 RPM, 21, 22 right in there. It was nice. It was a good cruise. In fact, if I didn't have any gears in right now and I had the 391s and the 323s sitting there, I'd put the 323s back in, because I couldn't really tell that much of a difference with the 391s as far as takeoff power. So
Yeah.
I think the 323s are going to go back in before we take this trip.
That's what I do. In fact, if I went on a long one, I think I'd put some 276s in there just to really
Yeah.
see what you do. But,
Yep. Or you should do an overdrive.
Not happening. All right. So this is your. That's a kick down there, right?
Nope, that's the actual gear shifter. The kick down.
Oh, it is.
The kick down one is back here. Low car.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, comes from the back. Those both had to be converted for the. Well, the linkage came straight down on top of the transmission from the old,
Right.
the solid linkage, so it had to be converted to a cable. And I
up
thought,
in
well,
there.
might as well just do the kick down as well right away, so we don't have to worry about it.
You'd do it all again, I'm sure, but what
Oh,
a pain
yeah.
in the butt, huh?
It was. It'd be a whole lot easier with a small block car for sure.
Yeah.
I know when we did Jay's, it was a whole lot simpler than this.
And you're on your back on a jack stands and everything there.
Yeah. It's nice having the lift for sure. So yeah, there's the bracket that goes to here. Now if I did this again, I'd move that hole about over here, because I actually ended up grinding a little bit of the bracket down here on that side away to get this thing in there. If I had moved that hole over a little bit, then it would be a straight shot in, and I wouldn't have to grind anything from the
Put my
back.
glasses on.
But
Now right here, I was wondering what you had done. Is there a, that's just, what'd you have to do
that's
here?
a bolt through there. It's got a bushing. The bushing's a factory bushing inside of
Okay.
there. So bolt through it,
I see.
and then that's tightened onto there. Then this is locking up
Sure.
there. So,
Huh.
yeah, it works. It works
Actually
great.
worked really, really well.
Yeah, it does. It works